Oh hey, the one and only Dusty Bottoms here, founder of Kingdom Trucking Academy. In this video, we're going to be discussing coupling and uncoupling. This is something that I have actually found humorous over the years. And not humorous in a ha-ha, like this is a joke kind of way, but humorous as in, I can't believe this is something that motor carriers want schools to teach. Not that big of a deal, it only takes a few minutes, but I also can't understand how this is an issue. This is something that's pretty simple, yet I have seen it many times over the years that people don't know how to do this correctly, or even experienced drivers forget to check whether or not your vehicle is hooked up to the trailer properly. So I'm going to be breaking this down. Simple terms for all of you drivers and future drivers to understand. To couple your truck with your trailer, you want to back your truck up very, very slowly, and essentially you want to get to where your fifth wheel skid plate can demonstrate that it's sitting a little bit higher than the trailer, the bottom of the trailer, the apron, and that it's going to scoop under it. You don't want it to be level with it and just slide right under it. It's going to create a gap, and that, as you might know, is going to be an issue. You want some tension, so you want it to actually scoop it up. That's why the skid plate is designed the way it is. It hooks up to the platform pins. It can move back and forth like this because it wants to scoop up the trailer. That way it creates that tension, that pressure on top. But you also don't want to back up and it is too high, the fifth wheel skid plate is too high and can't get under, like grab it and get under the apron to pick it up and then just slam into it. This will obviously break your skid plate off the platform. So very slowly, you want to just make sure that you have proper tension. You may need to lower your landing gear. You may need to raise your landing gear. Another little trick I've learned over the years, for whatever reason, let's say you've got the landing gear raised up all the way and you just can't get that tension. You may need to drop your airbags if your vehicle's equipped. Again, these are very rare things, just something to know down the road. Now, once you've realized that you can, in fact, everything's set correctly, and you can get under it, you want to make sure your skid plate is lined up perfectly with your kingpin. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. It has to be within a few inches. All right? A good way to do this, get out an eyeball check. This is where lazy drivers come into play. They don't like to get out of the vehicle, up and down, checking to make sure things are done correctly, safe. This is how things get done unsafely. This is how things get done incorrectly because of laziness or complacency. But complacency is in fact laziness. So get out, make sure everything's in a lineup. What I tell all new drivers, and I still have to do, especially on older trucks, is you're gonna wanna pull forward about 3 to 5 feet away from the trailer, back up, and as it's scooping, hit the throttle hard because you wanna slam into that kingpin. Obviously not at 60 miles an hour, but you wanna give it enough force that it kicks the locking jaws or the pull pin and closes them around that kingpin. To check to make sure this is done correctly, go ahead, place in first gear, and pull forward. If you feel a little resistance, tug, like it's holding back, it can't go, and then this is what we do a tug test for. Same concept, right? You're making sure the trailer brakes are holding, but this is another way we're doing the tug test to make sure that our locking jaws have locked around that kingpin properly, right? The trailer shouldn't move. Our tractor should be pulling and nothing's moving. Great. Now, put it in park. Let's get out. Do an eyeball check. Let's make sure, first thing you check, make sure that pull pin is closed in the locked position. Then, this is another step people forget to do, is walk underneath your trailer and look to make sure the locking jaws are in fact around the kingpin. There's many times I have a problem on one of my trucks that if I don't hit it at an angle, the locking jaws will lock, but not all the way. The pull pin will be closed, but they're not completely locked. If I pull forward just hard enough, it'll release. Well, this is not something you want to do. I'm going to get into that here in a minute. But right now, we visually checked the pull pins in the locked position. We've gone underneath and we've checked to make sure the locking jaws are in fact around the kingpin. Now what you're going to do, you're going to walk to your tractor and you're going to hook up your air lines. Blue is your service air line. You hook the glad hand up to the glad hand mount on the trailer. Red is your emergency line. You hook the red glad hand up, the red glad hand mount. Make sure they're nice and secure. Make sure there's no air. Then plug in your electrical line. Make sure it's free of debris, no bent or missing prongs. Again, these are all things that you have to do on a pre-trip inspection. And this is stuff you have to do in real life. There's a reason we do all of these things during the test. Now, once your air lines are hooked, all of this is done correctly. Before you start cranking up your landing gear, I like to do this. My instructors do this. And I even tell my students, you haven't built up air yet in your trailer. We just connected it. So let's supply air to our trailer. Go inside, and let's push in our trailer valve. That way we can start getting air supplied to it. No, don't get on the throttle and start building it up to 120, because sometimes that doesn't necessarily work. There could be air on the lines, all different reasons. Let's just let it naturally build up. And it'll do that in a very short time. We're gonna get back out of the truck. Now, we're gonna go crank up our landing gear. That's the last thing we do. Crank on the landing gear. Raise it up. In that time period, our air should be built up, or very close to it. But that is the correct way to hook up your vehicle to your trailer. Doesn't take long, but it is some getting up and getting down. Remember, don't be lazy. Be safe. Uncoupling. Well, you just reverse engineer it. Uncoupling, much simpler. First thing we're gonna do is the last step of coupling. First thing we're gonna do, lower our landing gear. Up it all the way. Now, unplug the electrical line, unhook your glad hands from the glad hand mounts. Go ahead, hang them up, hook them in to the proper places on your tractor. You don't have any kind of connections to hook them up, go in place. When you're gonna bobtail, make sure you have a tie and cords to wrap it up with to make sure they're properly secure. You don't need these things flapping around. It's unsafe. But most trucks are equipped with these things. That's it. It's that simple. Aside from when you are uncoupling, you are gonna have to pull out your pull pin. This can be a nightmare. I'm short, I have trouble. I use a little hook to help me get it out. Every little fifth wheel is different. Some are gonna be easy, some are gonna be hard, but that is my least favorite. Sometimes you have to get back in the truck. You've got too much tension on the locking jaws. You have to push back, pull forward. What do you think? There's all little tricks to doing it. Each truck and trailer combination is slightly different, so you have to play around with it. Fortunately, they're not all made the same. But that is your basic instructions for coupling and uncoupling. It is essential that you make sure to couple correctly and do all of your safety checks, because over the years, I've watched people get in their trucks, pull off. The locking jaws were not completely around the kingpin. It was not hooked up properly. For whatever reason, they didn't check. They assumed it was the way it was when they did a post-trip and left the night before. Not taking into account, over the night, somebody could have moved it to fuel it. Somebody could have unhooked it. Any of these different reasons, and you didn't do the first thing and check. And then you pull off and you drop your trailer and cause all kinds of issues. Let's avoid that. Let's make sure we do it properly. And let's make sure when we graduate our school, we go out there First day, we showed that we know how to do this. I'm your trucking messiah, the one and only Dusty Bottoms. Roll on, truckers, roll on.